Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on Lomerheim. Alright, so we got our combine. He is just finishing up this little section we started off with last episode. So let's just hire a worker here. Oh, he's full. Well, we need to fire up the combine to use the auger anyways, so let's just back this up a little bit. And what we'll do is we shall set him, or just start him up, or prepare him I should say, because he's not really going to be doing anything yet. And I don't need to switch vehicles like that. What we'll do is we'll come over here to the IH and we'll unload the combine so he can continue. So it's still a great demand from last couple episodes, so we're going to try and capitalize on that once again. Alright, there we go. In the end, actually, I realized that this way I'm doing it right now is actually a bit better than what I was going to do. And that's because, let's go tab over to here. I realized it's a bit better just because of the angle of the hill, basically. So I didn't find the place where I put straw, but I made an executive decision to do something else. This place looks as good as any. Let's just come over here and do this. Oops. There we go. Just use a tip point. So basically, what I can do now is this. It's like the alternative tip mod, basically. This one's called established tip point, though. It's a bit different. Not quite the same, but it is very similar. There we go. Perfect. So now he'll have extra straw. Now I've discovered I don't really need as much straw as we actually have now, because we have a ton of straw. And because we only have 10 cows and 5 sheep, probably not going to need a crazy amount of straw anyway. So what I'm going to do is going to do a couple more passes. And then once I've done a couple more passes, what I'll do is I'll cultivate the rest under to make sure our soil is nice and fertile. I don't know if you've ever seen chaff in real life, like coming out of the back of a combine, but it is crazy. It comes out super fast, and it looks kind of interesting. It's pretty fun to watch actually, because it gets sprayed out depending on the type of combine there is. Like some combines have like a fan type situation. So that's the one I saw, was like a fan type situation where the chaff was just spread out in a nice fan like this situation, I guess. I don't know. Some other like combine I'm talking about was a John Deere 9670, I believe it was, and it had an interesting. It wasn't doing straw. It was doing a canola, but it would look exactly the same if it was shooting out the chaff, basically. So it was pretty interesting to watch nonetheless. Now we got $23,000. What is going to be our next upgrade? Now, as I mentioned before, I was thinking about the Unimog, but the problem with the Unimog is that it is not more realistic, and I did not find a more realistic version of it, mainly because I'm recording these in a series and I just didn't stop to look, but I may have to next episode. So we'll see how that goes there. Alright. Let's just finish this up here. Let's fill up the rest of this booher, because it holds about 10,000 each, or 10,000 liters, I guess, when it's full. So if I fill it up one more time, we'll have 20,000 liters of straw hanging around, and then if I really wanted to, I could get the straw from other fields as well, but I think we're going to have more than enough just from these 2 loads that we've gotten so far. What I'll do is I'll finish up this windrow and then I'll go check out the combine. So, oh goodness. Excuse me. Alright, so almost done here. I'm kind of liking the more realistic. It definitely adds an interesting element to this game. An interesting element I haven't played around with too much. Like, I've played with more realistic, but not necessarily vehicles. It was more just the individual parts more realistic. So I've had a more realistic seeder and a more realistic... Ooh, that's a dip I did not see. Wow. Whoops. I'll have to remember not to do that next time. Sheesh. That's not good at all. And the cool thing about this too is you can actually go over the... like when you set the tip point like I have here, it actually does get bigger as well, and your vehicle does... You can actually drive and actually... It's like a solid piece. I think with some other alternative tip mods, it doesn't quite do the same thing. So, alright, let's go check in our combine quickly. Let's turn this off. Check in our combine. He is not done. But let's hop in here quickly and sell this barley. Because I have a feeling that combine's not going to move until... Oh, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Anyways. That combine should start moving now. He doesn't move... for whatever reason, when you hire a worker, it doesn't move anywhere until it's completely empty, I think. So, oh man. Those... I don't know why, but those railings are so ridiculously big for this particular tractor. I haven't driven over it with too many other tractors yet, but for this one specifically, it seems really, really, really difficult. So maybe if once we get a more powerful tractor, like this tractor is a 90 horsepower tractor, if I remember correctly. It's not doing too badly on this stuff, on the hills, but I haven't used the other Farmall much, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because that tractor is a lot less powerful. Alright, let's just get nice and close in here. Perfect. Alright, so we're at 24,000, so let's just take a quick peek at what we can maybe get. So it seems like a more powerful tractor is in order. Well, not really, not yet. Soon, I think, though. Because going up hills is painful in this. That's not more realistic. Basically, anything with MR in front of it is more realistic. So it's a lot of vanilla stuff here, unfortunately. And some other things. Gildners. These are the old style tractors. What else do we got? Oliver, which is a 22 horsepower, and this, which is enormous and not worth messing around with. Oh, I do have the more realistic case too, at $53,000. Actually, we're pretty close to that. Wow, that's kind of surprising, actually. Did not mean to get... yeah, that's all we have. Well, let's think about that a bit longer. Not sure what to do, what the next big piece is yet. I could get a combine, but I don't have too many more realistic combines outside the vanilla ones. So I may have to go on the hunt for some few mods, because I don't... Up until now, I haven't really gone out of my way to get more realistic stuff, because I just didn't like the way some of it reacted. Oh, we gotta be careful going down this hill. And I didn't like the way some of it reacted when I used it, basically, so... But if I am playing on a map like this, where it does need the more realistic, I guess, we'll have to see how that works out. Alright. It's full power over these. Yeah, that's crazy. That seems a little bit too, what's the word? It's a pretty big bump, actually. That's what it boils down to. Alright. There we go. Let's just turn this off. And then hop in our combine. I guess he turned himself off. There we go. Let's put the pipe out, and apparently he's not over the... There he goes. Wasn't over the trailer there before. I don't know why. So, alright. It's funny. The program I used to record Farm Sim with got an update not too long ago. And I didn't realize what the update did. I didn't really read it too closely, but I updated and rolled the dice, so to speak, because sometimes when you update software, it doesn't always work the way it worked before. So you got to pay attention to those types of things. Anyways, The interesting fact was the program I use has a capability of it's a sign right there. Has the capability of uploading straight to YouTube. Now, in the previous version of the program I use, it actually didn't. It would work sometimes, and other times it didn't work. I think it actually depended on the length of the video. Now, what you can do in the uploading process, or straight from the program I use, you can actually set descriptions and stuff like that, but I don't think you can set tags, so you have to go back and do that. So I'm kind of at a situation where it's like, well, do I use the program to upload the video, or do I upload it separately with tags? Because I don't do a whole lot of post-production editing, because now that I'm doing 2 series at the same time, I don't have all the time in the world to go through the whole rendering process more than once, basically. On more than one video as well, so that's one of the reasons why I do that. This is actually a pretty big field. I didn't realize it was this big. Jeez. So, needless to say, it actually is. It's working. The uploading feature is working better now, but it does present an interesting situation because I can only upload like one video at a time, whereas I can queue multiple videos on YouTube. I guess is what it boils down to upload. I mean, you can also queue multiple videos to schedule as well, but that's something else different altogether. Alright. What are we at here? Let's see if we can't get this headland done. Let's lower the combine head here. And I can't imagine what it's actually like to have a field that's... Like, this field actually is pretty steep. I think this is the steepest field I've ever combined. But I can't imagine what it's like to be... Oh, I missed that little section there. To be doing this on a farm, because it would be like, this isn't too bad, but if I were to be baling this straw and I was using round bales, for example, like, they would totally just roll down that hill. Apparently we're having trouble backing up here. There we go. Let's lower the combine head and do this last little pass on the side here. Perfect. So I was going to collect all the straw, but I don't need all the straw, is what it boils down to. So what we're going to do is we're just going to till it under and make sure that our soil is nice and fertile. When we actually need more, let's get a higher worker. When we actually need more straw, then I'll of course have to pick up more straw, but for the time being we're good. I shouldn't forget about that little piece right there, because I have a feeling I might. Anyway, so let's grab our IH here. And let's unload our combine while he's over here. This is good, because we probably won't fill up, but we'll be close. 70% maybe? That's my guess. Alright. What is it at? Oh, that's pretty close. 70, 73, not too bad. Alright, so I'm just going to take control of this combine again. Not because he's driving on my crop, but because I just want to line him up again, because he was going to start in a funny place, and not where I wanted him to start. Alright, let's just finish that up, like so. Excellent. Perfect. Look at that. Like a pro. Alright, so that's it for today, folks. My name's Ian Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on Lomer Hive. I'll catch you guys later.